All right, we got a couple good questions. What do you say we run through them?
Let's
First
do it.
one is from JD, not me, JD. There's another JD in the chat. Actually, I'll field this one. It's about opening range. Why do you use an opening range of 1 hour? I like a 15-minute opening range, and it's painful to force myself to wait for it to form. David, do you look at an opening range? Do you
So
have an
I do
opening range
sometimes.
trade in your
So,
repertoire? Yeah.
yeah, and if you look at this morning, right? Right when the market opened, we vacillated a little bit, but look what happened when we broke. And this is, 931, basically, right? So we broke this
Mm-hmm.
little opening range, we can call it, right? This is from 9 to 9:30. But when the bell rang, we broke this little range here and we just went straight down. So yeah, I do use it sometimes. I kind of call it a momentum trade, same thing. But I'm always looking early in the day to see which direction we're going to go and try to get on the same side of that, especially the early trade. I mean, this paid what, 40 points in a minute, something like that. So yeah, it's definitely something to keep an eye on. And I always
Mm-hmm.
do. Yes.
CL Trader wants to know what do you suggest for adding to a position and moving your stops once you're into a trade?
So look, it depends on the situation. If I see a really good momentum trade setting up, I don't have a problem adding, but I'm going to add right away. I'm not going to add after we're up 15. I got to add as close to my initial level as I get into the trade. Then I do not mind adding. I'll tell you when I will never add is when something's going against. That I will not do. I don't average into
Mm-hmm.
trades. I think that's just a recipe for disaster. And that being said, if you have enough room to do enough contracts, you can probably get out of most any situation if you're starting at the right spot anyway. But I that's not something that's not in the school of David Green trading.
Should all traders study volume profile and auction market theory? Well, we see your volume bars up on the screen right now, David. How much
Yes.
importance do you put on volume, and how do you use it when you're
Yeah,
looking
it
for
depends
trade
on what kind of
opportunities?
it depends on what kind of trade I'm looking for. Um, for the most part, if I'm looking for one of my regular moving averages or a trend trade, I'm not that concerned with volume. But if I'm looking for these breakout trades, like we had right here, like we might be having again now, right? I'm looking for a little more than normal volume. And you can see when we got above this little level right here, look at the volume started to pick up. 1, 2, 3. Those 3 volume bars brought us up, like 25 or 30 points there. So I do look at it when I'm looking for a momentum trade, when I'm looking for something that's tested the level a few times. I want to have some volume because it's going to make it easier for it to move in that direction if we have volume. But normally for my regular trading, or if I'm looking for trend trades or when things hit my pivot point, not that concerned.
Discuss a trader wants to know what can I do to become a professional and submit to the process?
Yeah, the number. First of all, I don't ever recommend people trying to take care of their family and paying bills by doing this. That doesn't work out for very many people. It's a very small. Talk about that right out of the gate. But if you're disgusted and disgruntled, what you're doing is not working, right? So there's a few things to do. Yeah, take a break, walk away for a little bit, or guys, you're in the right spot, right place with Topstep, but you have to listen to what people are telling you, and be willing to listen. And I just mentioned it a couple of minutes ago. Forget about your ego, right? Succumb to the higher power, and say to yourself, "What I'm doing is not working. I got to change something." And then learn as much as you can from as many people as you can until you find the system that works for you on a consistent basis. Journal every single trade that you do. I know that people are lazy about that because it's work, but if you're journaling every single trade that you do and you're writing down what price I'm getting into this trade, why I'm getting into this trade, what's my profit target on this trade, what's my stop order on this trade, and I will never push a button ever unless my charts tell me to push a button. I spent more time this week telling jokes and singing in the trading room than we have trading by far, because there are times to push the buttons and there are times not to push the buttons. So, if it's something that you really, really, really want to do, right? And I recommend going back and starting very, very small. Make $25 a day, make $50 a day. It doesn't matter. The money's not important. It's learning a process that's going to work for you. And you have to just give it up to that higher power and say, okay, I'm ready to do this now.